Campo Grande, Brazil, my colleagues and I visited the various groups of indigenous communities. The variety of communities we visited consisted of people who were Brazilian natives to Afro-Brazilian slave dependents. Each group faces the challenges of entrenchment that is still placing limitations on their ability to thrive as a community. Despite these challenges, the people of the village are still fighting to provide a better life for the people in the community. The intent of this video is to inform outsiders about the Quilombo community, including its history, struggles, and achievements.
The Quilombo movement began in Brazil with slavery. I began to learn more deeply about quilombolas when I was doing my master's. And I was already an activist. I had already been working with quilombolas. There's 21 in the state, and I was working with 16 of them. And if it's difficult to live in quilombos, during the time of slavery, this was a place where Africans were slaves could come and try to be free. They weren't always successful, but at least this was a place where they could attempt to be free. And some of them died doing this. The name of this school, for instance, is named Zumbi das Palmares, who was a great hero among the quilombolas.
Que dá nome a essa escola. Os primeiros quilombos, eles eram cercados por serras.
The first quilombos were surrounded by hills or mountains, because there would be one person on top, and when you would see someone coming, he would whistle or make a noise, and then everyone would disappear, because they had places where they could disappear. So the first quilombos were hidden this way.
Então, eles já tinham os lugares para onde se esconder.
And how did a quilombo start? Well, it had to have a couple, a man and a woman, who would start and would found the quilombo, and then would begin a family. And everyone here, for instance, is related in some way. They're cousins or uncles or brothers and sisters, because they all started from one founding couple.
Todos descendem de mesmo ramo. E a Cida conhece muito mais, muito melhor do que eu, sobre.
And so Cida, for instance, knows her lineage a lot better than Raimunda, because she can trace it back to her family, to this quilombo. And this is a marvelous work that they're doing here, this quilombo. There are other quilombos. There are some that were lost because people died, and then the quilombo didn't continue. And she named some of them that she knew and who they both are familiar with. She thinks that study in and of itself is very important, because that brings people to develop themselves, both educationally and also spiritually.
Tanto material quanto espiritual.
It's very small. The number of people that go on to the university is very small. The number of teachers that are from the community is very small. Even administrators here, it's very small, when you consider the number of people that are in the community.
Pessoas trabalham no administrativo da comunidade é pouco, pelo mundo.
Always tells people, she always talks to the kids and says, okay, finish high school and then go to Campo Grande, go find a job, find a university, go to the university there. It's important to do that. If you don't have a house in Campo Grande, go find somebody, some family member that you can stay with and go and study. But she doesn't know how to say it, but it seems like there is something that holds people here, that they're not interested in going out and learning about the world. There's something here that she's really fighting against, that she thinks it's important for students to finish their high school and go out and try and find a university where they can study. And there's a workshop that's here nearby where a lot of the 15-year-olds that take part in this workshop, and she says the same thing to them, and she really doesn't know why that is. Her name is Maria Aparecida, and she is the president of the association here. And when she was first elected president was also the year that they got a title to this quilombo, and it received its title. And that was just a very, very gratifying experience. She went to Bahia and received the title. Lula, who was the president at that time, was there, and she never imagined that she would be able to represent her community and receive this title. That was a very big honor for her. The only people that would really come back would be those that teach at the school or administrators. And maybe one day there will be enough things here so that people can come back and work here. But for the most part, no, people don't. Here it's a simple life, and if people go on to the university, they don't come back here. But one thing she said that they're working on now is to get a bakery here. And that they would have the bakery, and they would do the bakery, and so that would be working and providing a service and making money as well. So there's also goals of the association to better the life of the people that are going to stay here.